What's up, guys? This is Crypto with James. I'm going to be talking about Reef today, formerly Reef Finance. A lot of work has gone into redesigning what Reef is and what it's going to be. So I'm going to get into everything to do with Reef. Before I do, as always, I update the spreadsheet. These are the first 26 coins I spoke about on the channel that I thought would crash it in this bull cycle. I invested $100 into each one when I released the videos, and you were holding those bags, being profit for 81,000. And in the 2600 you invested, you're just shy of 84 grand. I've held them all, I've closed positions on them all, and I've reinvested it into new cryptos. And if you want to see what I'm in, you can check out Copy My Crypto. Like I said, it's where I share my portfolio. My biggest holding, well, my entire portfolio has outperformed the market massively. My biggest holdings are primed for some crazy gains, and I'm experiencing some of them. And my smaller cap offers some really interesting opportunities for quick flips. So you can check it out and match my gains. I keep banging this drum, but I will continue to do so. The bull cycle is going to be good for us all, but it will come to an end. And if you are new to crypto or you've been in the previous cycle, you know and you need to know that this cycle will come to an end, and it will be dramatic and hard. Even if it doesn't retrace as much as previous ones, it's going to retrace. So bank profits along the way in this bull cycle, and prepare, because the bear cycle is the opportunity of a lifetime. You invest in coins that have lost 80-90% of their value. You've got guaranteed winners in there. All I do is dive into coins during the bear cycle and find those ones that are hugely undervalued, and we'll be sharing all of them with the Copy My Crypto members. So if you want to be a part of that, you can check it out. Reef. Reef has been around for what feels like a very long time. In reality, it really isn't that long. It's been up and running since the back end of last year. Highest it's really hit is about 5.4 cents. So it's about 60% of that price at the moment, thereabouts. Reef originally was Reef.Finance. They have actually rebranded now. They're just Reef. They initially had the desire to be a all-encompassing DeFi platform for Polkadot. So effectively, they wanted to be a DeFi-based parachain for Polkadot. So now they're launching their own layer 1 EVM compatible blockchain. Now, goddamn, most blockchains at this point are EVM. Excuse me. Now, to be fair to Reef, what they are looking at trying to do is provide developers with an opportunity to develop, in Solidity, and, at lower costs, effectively releasing products at lower costs. They've been constantly working on changing the narrative about Reef, and they've transitioned to Reef Chain. DeFi products and protocols are core to their success, but Reef has broader goals in attracting users and developers. Months after the mainnet launch, with Ledger hardware wallet support, Reef debit card, a native browser extension, and a dedicated mobile app all on the way, plus the first significant native dApp release, they're trying to take the next step to Reef. So they've developed their new site. They've got integrator announcements that have been made throughout 2021, from stablecoins to lending platforms to NFT marketplaces and games. The original goals of Reef was to make it an attractive network to bridge to, deposit liquidity into pools, access terrific products, etc., etc. But with increased interaction between different kinds of dApps and protocols, it's only natural for Reef to be a premier platform for any builder, making it easier than ever to supplement DeFi with other products. So they are actually going pretty goddamn hard, and they have, to be fair to them, when we look at their new website, or their updated website now. The key focus for them is a cross-chain platform. They've got Cosmos, Avalanche, Binance, and Ethereum. They use Solidity code, so Ethereum-based developers sorted. Oh my god, so tired. Sorry, guys. They've got Reef staking and governance, obviously, and they've got liquidity bridges ready to go. So Reef 20 tokens and NFTs are now, again, ready to go. Dexes are up and running. They've got Reef Swap. And again, they've still got a substrate framework. So they are looking pretty goddamn good. But in terms of... Oh, here's Reef Swap, by the way. So Reef Swap's like a Polkadot extension. You've got to actually install Polkadot extension into your browser to use it. They are continuing to have pretty good goddamn partnerships as well. So Reef version 8 is now active and has been activated on mainnet, and that happened at the beginning of this month. Since then, they've saw commits increase dramatically. They've also stated that Reef Chain is now pretty good to go with their rebrand. You can also they've also tradable on LA token now, which again, no bad thing. And yeah, the rebrand, obviously the rebrand happened very recently, that it all went full throttle. In terms of investors, Reef has got some solid investors, NGC, Bitcoin.com. Oh god, bloody tired. Sorry, guys. Master Ventures, TRG Capital, tons. Right, they've got some really good, solid investors. Their partnerships, again, really good partnerships. Acropolis, Aleph, Avalanche, Bifrost, which is a parachain designed for liquidity on right now on Kusama, but we'll inevitably get their own version on Polkadot. Binance, Blue Zell, BZX, Chainlink. I mean, Chainlink's there, one of their oracles. But yeah, they've got tons. Darwinia, Elrond. Yeah, they look Harmony, bloody hell. Carver. They're tied in to so many of these, particularly very good projects in and around their infrastructure and DeFi. Particularly their infrastructure, to be fair. And again, looking really strong. I really do recommend, by the way, that people sit and go through the AMAs. AMAs are always useful. It shows you a level of leadership, and it shows you an interest. And it shows you evidence of sort of the plans moving forwards, right? Because there's a lot of cryptos that have a roadmap, but they don't really address or update their roadmap efficiently enough. I always like to see cryptos, particularly the co-founders, the founders, or even the CMOs or COOs, right? Within crypto projects, I want to see these AMAs and these talks, because you get better insight as to what they're doing in the near future. And it shows that the fact that they're willing to do these shows a level of confidence in their own skill and their own work and their own development. And it is always a strong sign. Like most of the time, it's a bloody strong sign. It's nice to see. But yeah, so Reef Chain now. Reef Chain. Halborn's audited them. Which is always good. You want to see your audits being done. I also, I wanted to point this out. I forgot to do that months ago, actually. I recommend, there's a lot of people that are interested in the Polkadot ecosystem. for obvious reasons, right? There's tons of hype behind Polkadot. There's tons of excitement behind Polkadot. There is actually dot market cap now, which literally is just focused on Polkadot ecosystem. So same principle as coin market cap, obviously, but it's all around Polkadot. So you get to see what those tradable ones, but it also gives you more information because it's more focused on the low cap Polkadot based projects. And we've seen that the low cap Polkadot based projects can run very, very well in terms of price accumulation. I've previously spoke about Fala Network when it was around 6 cents, and Fala ended up running to about 84.94 before retracing over the summer. A lot of these are going to run very, very well, and this is more of a focus site. Obviously, Reef is on here, so yeah. So as you can see, you can click on Reef.finance or Reef Finance, although they have obviously rebranded now. But it gives you, again, more information about the founders. Just, it's a little more, and like I said, it's a nice little idea. It's one I'd keep an eye on as well, because I think the lower cap ones land there first, with more depth to them than necessarily what you're going to get on coin market cap. You know, I think anyone that's been around for a while, you've seen that information is fairly lacking on coin market cap, particularly for newer projects, unless the team has worked hard to make sure that the information is there and available. You know, so but Reef right now, like I said, partners are really, really, really strong. In terms of the news coming out, you know, they keep getting new listings. Like it listed on LA Token literally a day or so ago, and the partnerships are very strong. You can check out reefscan.com as well. That tells you the amount. Well, you can see the amount of transfers, because this is all going to be in and around. Well, all about Reef Chain now. Now for me, I'm going to be very interested to see what launches and what we see with regards to Reef in terms of development, because Reef is cheaper. It's obviously EVM compatible, so it means that you're getting to see a lot more in terms of potential for developers. Because Ethereum's limitations are fairly well known at this point. It's not really one that you need to get into anymore. But in terms of what I want to see here from Reef, I want to start seeing cryptos building directly upon and developers starting to build on here. Now, particularly for Reef, there are a couple areas where this could go very, very, very well. So in terms of what I want to see, the biggest thing for Reef is going to be the developments on DeFi front, gaming front, NFTs. Those three areas are huge. And fundamentally down the line, you do really want to start seeing not just DEXs. Reef Swap, yeah, that's fine, that's okay, but there are swap protocols everywhere. Yeah, I'm not that interested in swap protocols or DEXs to much of a degree. I want to see is gaming tokens or games launching on Reef, NFTs launching on Reef, or true DeFi, as in whether it's like a lending protocol or a yield farming protocol on Reef. But I don't want to see swaps. I know that's all. It seems to be the starting point for a lot of layer ones, but there is real opportunity here. now that they've rebranded, now that they've focused on being an efficient layer one, there's excitement. There's real excitement here. This could do very, very well. This year, I think it's rebranded too late for a huge run. I really do. I think it's already 60% of its all-time high. It probably will break through its previous all-time high of 5 cents. Right now, the circulating supply is pretty much the circulating supply and the total supply are pretty much there now. So what I want to see, like what I expect to see in terms of price, fundamentally, maybe a 2 billion market cap, a 4x from where it is. I don't see much more than that because it's been, unless there's major announcements with partnerships, developers landing and things being developed directly on Reef. I think it's a bit late for the rebranding with only maybe 3-4 months left of the cycle at max. Now I could be wrong because obviously it's hard to predict an all-time like a top, purely because the parabola in that last week of the cycle is so steep, so fast. Things gain value astronomically in a very short space of time. I'd think it could do a 4x from where it is. Because that only puts it at a 2 billion market cap. And when we're looking at the top 100 in the market, all having over $1 billion market cap, I think 4x is fairly. I think you can say that reasonably confidently. But beyond that, I don't think much more, unless there's huge announcements. But in the bear cycle, this could be absolutely phenomenal. But again, it's dependent on what you see. If we start seeing DeFi, gaming, NFTs launching, developing, landing on Reef, then Reef's inherent value rises. And I'd be very interested to see the developments during the bear cycle. That is what's going to truly be interesting for Reef. If that runs wild, then during the bear cycle, then this could rally like mad. But there's no chance for me that we're going to see $1 a coin in this cycle or anything like that. Yeah, I'd say 4x maybe. I can't see much more than that. I think it will have that benefit of the parabola and it being a polka dot, in working with a lot of the polka dot parachains. But yeah, I think this is going to be one that I'm truly fascinated with during the bear cycle. This for me could end up being an awesome bear cycle investment. But in this cycle, with what's left, no, I'm not overly convinced. 4x is still good. Again, no one's turning the nose up at it, but yeah, it's an interesting one. It's an interesting one. I just think the rebranding took too long. The rebranding, it just all took a little too. It's just a little late in the cycle. If this had have happened in March or May, and it had all been complete, March, April, May, everything had been complete. You'd have maybe another 10 months of the cycle left. It could really rally. I think it's just a little late in the game for it to have a huge positive benefit on the price. We'll see though. We'll see, because it's definitely a good project. This is the founder's a beast, and the team have done excellent work. To do that quicker turnaround as a layer one EVM, from their original focus in effectively under like 10 months, that's pretty bloody phenomenal. But we'll see. Anyway, if you're new to crypto, check out Copy My Crypto. It's where I share my portfolio and the one that is up from the market week in, week out. Gains have been awesome. And I will always keep reiterating this. If the cycle is not going to last forever, bank your profits, enjoy those returns. Use that money to live and enjoy life. And in the next cycle, when the bear market kicks in, then you can use that money and invest wisely and make the retirement investment you desperately want, because who doesn't want that? And that's all I do during a bear cycle, is find those gems and share them with the Copy My Crypto family. So if you want to be a part of it, you can check it out. All right, bye bye.